Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is, and if you're watching this. I'm inside today. It was so nice yesterday and it's so cold today. But I didn't sleep last night and I am so tired, but I'm following my own advice and just doing a little bit of yoga every single day. So right now I'm on my mat. If you have a yoga mat, you can use it. If you don't have a yoga mat and you're at home, you can be on the carpet. But if you're going to have a regular practice, I certainly recommend investing in a mat that you are comfortable with. Okay, we're going to have just a few minutes of gentle practice this morning. So start just by finding a comfortable seat. I'm on a cushion, just lifting the hips slightly. Maybe cross your legs over the way you don't normally. And I hope I'm showing to you that you don't have to have special clothes to do yoga. I'm wearing my normal clothes. I've been wearing leggings since the 80s, so I've always got leggings on anyway. So just arrive in your body. Maybe soften or close your eyes. Notice your breath. Notice how fast your breath is, how deep or shallow, and notice how you feel. And don't rush, just take time to allow yourself to notice. Okay, so we're going to come to tabletop pose, which is hands and knees. Move the cushion to one side. And coming to hands and knees on your mat, trying to make sure your knees are under your hips and your wrists are under your elbows, under your shoulders. And when you're on hands and knees like this, your knees want to be about hip width apart. Your fingertips are pushing into the mat so that you've not got all of the weight just into your wrists, causing wrist pain. Also make sure you push particularly under the knuckle of the index finger and the thumb, so you really are evenly spreading the weight and moving it away from just the wrist joint. We take some cat-cow poses here. Now if you've done any yoga, we'll take some cat-cow here. If you've done any practice with me before, you'll have done cat-cow, or indeed with most people. So, first of all, we tilt the pelvis, drop the belly, and lift through the chest. So your head is lifted a little, but you're not hurting your neck. And your back is arched downwards, so your belly is dropping towards the mat. That is your cow. And then switch direction, so tilt the pelvis round through the spine and curl and tuck the chin to the chest. That is your cat. And just move through a couple of cow and cat. And cow and cat. And then just come back to a neutral spine, hands and knees in tabletop pose. From here, I'm going to inhale and move forward slightly. And as you breathe out, as you exhale, push all the way back so your hips are heading to your heels, going all the way back to child's pose, Balasana. And you can sink your forehead all the way down to the mat. If you don't feel comfortable in child's pose, and some people, especially when they first start to practice, they can't sink the hips down to the heels, you can use your cushion and place it between your upper legs and lower legs, so when you push back you've got some space that's filled in by the cushion. So if you're down in Balasana, child's pose, come back up. Then we'll inhale forward. Exhale round through the spine and push back once again to your child's pose. And just breathe. Notice how your breath feels. Notice how your body feels. Push back up to tabletop. And then just come back to a seated position on the mat. In your seated position, we'll have some cat-cow movements here, just sitting in this position. So as you inhale, lift forward through the chest. You're tilting your pelvis so that your spine is curving, so that your belly and chest are coming forward. Lift the chin a little. As you exhale, round back, curving through the spine. Bring the shoulders forward, chin to chest. And forwards, lift the gaze. And back. And you might feel the stretch in certain places. You're stretching and hydrating the fascia, which is like the web that spreads throughout the body. And then just come to a neutral position. We'll just take some gentle circles here. One of my teachers calls this stirring the pot. And feel you're moving around the hip bones from one side to the other. And notice the stretches, notice the sensations. Notice if your breath has changed at all. And change direction. And just one more circle. And come to rest. Coming to your mountain pose. Just lift your toes, spread them wide, place them back down on the mat. You remember with mountain, you lift your kneecaps a little, engaging the quads. Strong through the body. Roll your shoulders up, down and back, away from your ears. And feel that long line of energy through the crown of your head. And breathe. Notice how your breath feels. Notice how your body feels. Now take the feet wider and point the toes out to about 45 degrees. And first we're coming into sort of a star pose. And then from here, take your hands back to your hips. And you may want to turn your toes out a little more. We're coming into goddess pose, sometimes called temple. And everybody has a little bit of goddess in them. So you're going to bend your knees in the same direction as your toes. So you don't want your knees falling in and having any knee problems as a result. So it's in the same direction as your toes. Doesn't matter if you don't move down very far. That's okay. Watch out that you're not sticking your behind out. You want to keep it tucked in a little. And go as low as feels good to you. You can add cactus arms, or you can take a mudra, or you can take the hands overhead. And you can see I'm pulsing just a little bit. And release. And if you were feeling cold, that's probably warmed you up a little bit. Just pause. Notice how you feel. Notice your body. Notice your breath. And enjoy. And I'll see you next time.